the amazing things that we have going on. So once again, if you're on Facebook Live, go ahead and share this video. Invite as many people as you can, because we just excited. My guest tonight, and I'm not gonna give out too much about her. She's gonna tell you all her story, but I think we met on Facebook, and she lives in Fayetteville as well, and we've been talking for a while and been making appointments. I think she was supposed to interview me for a paper, and it just, we didn't get to do it, but God's timing is perfect. So, we're gonna just take a real quick break, and when we come back, we will have, my guest will be here, and we're gonna just talk a little more. And well, for an hour, we're gonna talk. We're gonna show you some of her products, and I'm just excited to see what God is gonna do, and just to empower everyone. And we are back with Imagine Me TV, real life, real talk. And my guest today is Ty Mills, and I'm so excited. Guys, she's an amazing artist, and we're going to show you, this is one of the pieces that she made, and we're going to show you some of her paintings as well. I actually just put one of them on Facebook. It is amazing. And I know she have different, we'll talk about different things that she does. And I'm just really excited and honored that she accepted our invitation to be on here. So welcome, my dear. Welcome. How are you doing?
Thank you for having me. Everything is so beautiful here.
Thank you. Thank you.
You are so beautiful. You're just as beautiful in person.
Oh, thank you.
As you are online. Thank you again. This is absolutely amazing.
Yes, and you're beautiful too. We're beautiful. Black is beautiful.
Yes.
Yeah, everybody else, you're beautiful, but we're beautifuler. So.
Beautiful. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. I like that.
Yes, that's my new word. Don't take it. But yeah, and I know because you're like a Fayetteville celebrity. I see you on Facebook, always empowering, encouraging people. It's really such a blessing, because sometimes you never know who's watching you, and that's why we're trying to do just make sure that we, even if we go through trials and tests, we try to be positive, because we just don't know what the other person is going through. And I thank you, because you always encourage me as well. Even if we had never even met, we'd talk on Facebook, and I would see all your beautiful flowers and your daughter, and it's just working alongside you. It's just amazing. And how you involve also in the community with the children, and always empowering. So I thank you for all that you do. But we have the questions, and usually the guests they want to know about my guest. So let's go. So the first one is Ty is she's an advocate, a poet, American painter, and you guys can see there, a voice actor, creative writer. You are a total artist. So this I usually try to pair a few questions together. That way, we can get more in shorter time. So where did these amazing talents come from? And are there any others in the family that possess these gifts? You said on your website that your journey began in New Orleans. So tell us about your experience growing up. So it's like so tell us, who is Ty? Just the platform is yours. Just whatever you want people to know, just tell them. Beautiful Ty.
Can't believe I'm here.
You're here, yes.
Even your water tastes good.
Oh, bless you,
I
bless
I'm
you.
drinking fancy water.
It is fancy water, celebrity water.
Fancy.
How comes I didn't get some fancy water?
Let's get her fancy water.
Can I have some fancy water, please? See, you guys, I'm telling you, you're gonna want to come on this show. Even our water is fancy. I'm telling you, this, one of the things, and my husband can tell you that I always pray that wherever I go, people, when they come, that they feel welcome, even with my designs as well. One of the things I've always do, and even every time I buy a piece of fabric, I lay hands on those fabric, I anointed. I have anointing oil and I have anointed the clothes and stuff. So what you feel is just the presence of God. And that's how we want to be able, like when people feel, thank you very much, babe. Did you read them? Did you get
I
it?
did. High maintenance.
Yes. Don't even begin to cover it.
Don't even begin
Yes.
to cover it.
Yeah, and then that's what we want to be, even as artists.
What are we toasting to?
To taking Fayetteville by storm. Yes. We're going to take Fayetteville by storm. We're going to bring in styles and art, education, everything in the creative arena. Ty and Arthie, watch for us. We're coming. We're coming for you.
I've never met another Arthie. Say your, what is
It's Arthleen, such as Arthie. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Goodness.
Let me drink some of the sweet water. Oh, man.
I don't know what it is.
I get chills.
Ooh,
I'm going to drink some more.
I have never.
Oh, thank you, Jesus.
You should bottle this.
I think I'm going to rebottle it.
Fancy water.
Okay, so a new business coming up.
Oh,
I think I need a little table, but put my fancy water.
I know. You can't put fancy water
on the floor.
You can make the floor fancy.
You are so funny. This is amazing. Thank you. You're trying to make me relax, or you're trying to be relaxed.
I'm feeling fancy. It's just.
I promise I didn't put anything in the water.
It's the vibe. It's the vibe.
Yeah, it's in the atmosphere. Yeah, thank you for that.
I feel very comfortable here.
Thank you.
Yeah, front porch vibes is what they say in New Orleans.
Yeah. See, I need to go there. I was just telling your niece that I can't believe I haven't been there. I can't, but I want to go. I'll definitely go.
But you're wearing king cake.
King cake, okay.
And I actually just sent one of those designs to the mayor of New Orleans.
Oh, okay.
Because the king cake is very pertinent to New Orleans. We eat it. It's a sweet, soft pastry that is kind of breaded, and it goes around in a cylinder. And it's sprinkled with those colors there, the purple, the gold, and the green, like the colors of Mardi Gras. So imagine a beignet with no powder, but sprinkled sugar, those colors.
Oh, okay. If my daughter is watching, I bet you she's laughing right now because I told her that I went to, I think it was a restaurant, it might be close, where they sell the beignet right on, I forget what street it is.
Right here by Summit.
Yeah, I think by Summit. I think it's closed, right? I heard someone said it was closed. So I went there and I was telling my daughter, I was like, oh my God, I had this amazing pastries and I call it some name. She's like, Mom, what? I have no clue what you're talking about. I'm like, yeah, it's from New Orleans. And she's like, can you spell it? I call it some name. She's like, oh, Mom, it's Benny. I'm like, oh, I even like the name. But yeah, it was really delicious. Oh, very good. So can you cook those pastries and stuff?
I'm not sure you could make it, but you don't make it. You get it from local bakeries, and they start selling it about a month before Mardi Gras, and they're really delicious. But I tell you what, you can order them from local bakeries in the morning. I'm gonna order one, and I'll send one here.
Okay, thank you.
I'll send some king cake to go with your king cake.
Okay, and the special water too.
Oh
Make sure we say, honey, please don't drink all the water. We're gonna save some of that.
Something's going on. This is awesome.
Well, I think you just brought us some blessings there. That's the thing what Pastor preached about, and I truly believe it, because he was saying, like sometimes you may think that you're expecting God for blessing and it's not happening yet, and you want to give up. And today he really encouraged us, and he was being prophetic that some of us, and I'm saying us because I know I'm one of them, are going to receive our blessings this week. And see, I feel like it's already starting right there. I feel like it's already so. I am so open to it. And I think that's what it is. The blessings of God is just, pouring out on his people. Mm-hmm. So if you're listening out right now, we transferring that blessing to you right now. So receive the blessings of God. But let's keep on. So tell us about Ty and, with all this amazing talents and how this all started and stuff like that.
I just did a post on Facebook. I said, I feel like since Hurricane Katrina, I've been on tour.
Oh, wow.
I've lived in 3 different states. I've been here in Georgia for about 3 years. And before that, I lived in Texas, where I was a mother and wife. And that was an amazing chapter of my life. I did 10 years there. I did 10 years. You did. No, it was great. And now I'm here in Georgia. And before that, I was in Louisiana.
And then later on, we're gonna go into that story. Yeah, but yeah, I think I read that too. It's like you've been on tour. That's amazing, though.
Yeah. Well, no, there's no place like New Orleans, and I don't descend on a city, hoping it'll be New Orleans. I come here to bring a little bit of New Orleans to where I am.
Yeah.
And I think the best thing to do with your kids or with the people you love is to explore and travel.
Yeah.
My mother's best friend lives here.
Oh, okay.
And post my mother's passing due to ovarian cancer, she went to the Cancer Treatment Center in Newnan.
Oh, okay.
So my mother spent about a good 8 months, the last 8 months of her life here with her best friend.
Sweet.
And it's a beautiful story of friendship and dedication and loyalty and resilience.
That's rare these days.
It is. And they have a priceless friendship that started in the halls of Xavier University.
Oh,
and,
wow.
They were both pharmacists. And it's just a beautiful story. And I've spent some summers here to come visit my aunt. And it just felt like it's time to go. It's just time to see, what I can do on another patch of soil and to bring my daughter with me. And she was just starting school.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so.
How old is she?
She's 6.
Going on 60.
She's going on 60. And so I actually came here and started driving school buses.
Okay. I remember I told my husband, I know she does something with this school.
Yeah.
Because I saw the kids and stuff like that. Yeah. So okay.
I came here and I started driving school buses because, shout out to Fayetteville, yes, they have an amazing school system.
Yes.
And I drove school buses in Katy, Texas, when I lived there with her father, and I said, you know what, I'll do that here, and that put me in a position to, first of all, just kind of really begin to, put some true organic seeds of what we call front porch love into the city. Because I'm gonna tell you something. If you can take care of someone's child, you'll have a friend for life.
Yes.
If someone knows that your child will be safe with them, and even like I'm from New Orleans, I gotta give them a shout. Medea.
Yes.
Medea a little crazy, but if you drop your kids off at Medea house, they're gonna be all right.
Yeah.
And so it felt really good to come here and to stretch my legs in the school system of Fayette, and it was right at the perfect time because my child started pre-K.
Okay.
Here and rode the bus with me, and it was a great way for me to be a brand new parent to a little student and get to know some moms that literally felt like instant best friends.
Yeah, you do it so well though, because I followed and I was like, wow, she get along with a lot of people, in Fayetteville. It did not matter what race and stuff, and I see them talking about you, sharing your stuff, complimenting. I was like, wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, but I'm gonna tell you something. We all have different touch points on how we connect with people. I don't even remember how you met, probably through one of the cute little Facebook groups.
Yeah, I think it might be. Yeah, Facebook has something to do with it.
I remember one of the things I was like, I have to sit down with her. I have to have a glass of fancy water with this woman because I saw the amazing designs that they did, and they were just so intricate. And I just knew that you were somewhere here in Fayetteville putting these amazing designs together, and I just wanted to spend an evening with you, just to watch you hang out, go get you some fancy water. But that was our touch point as me being an artist, and as a bus driver, even though, all my kids knew me is TT tie with the flower in her hair. You know, my touch points was with moms. I was here as a mom. My aunt is exceptional, but you know, she has her own life, her own family. You know, it was time for me. I was a divorcee. I was a brand new single mom in a new community, and I wanted to show my daughter and show myself. You know, how can I, you know, how can I contribute to this community?
Yeah.
You know, that, you know, what's important to the moms? You know, how are the moms letting their hair down and relaxing and taking a load off after the kids? And this was, you know, pre-COVID.
Yeah.
So it was, and so I just immediately think about what I have in common with the community, and along the way, I wear a few flowers in my hair, and hopefully you would like to wear some too. And that's just
by the time we're done, I hope our guests, you know, will wear some too. We'll take some close-up pictures. But you know, I like that. You know, what you said that you were newly divorced, single mom, and you did not wait for people to embrace you or to just, you know, say, you know what, I'm a single mom. I don't know what I'm gonna do, but you were intentional, and I think that's a good encouragement to people that are, you know, because sometimes when you get divorced, it feels like it's the end of the world, and you know, it's almost like that hopeless feeling, and sometimes some of us stay there too long. But it's amazing that you can say, you know what, okay, this happened, but I'm gonna move on with my life because I have a child, and because she's, you know, 6 years old, and she wasn't six at the time, but I think it's just encouraging that even if all of that, even if it might have been hurtful, because you know, even losing a good friend or whatever, you know, it challenges that we face, but to decide, you know what, I am going to rise above that. I have to commend you for that. Good, very good, very good.
Wow.
Oh, God, we're running out.
Husband. Well, and another thing too, losing my mom and losing a relationship that I had invested in for about 10 years, all in front of a little witness, because that's how these kids are. They're little witnesses to everything that they see and what they hear. You know, losing my mom helped me find more of myself. And I thought to myself, because I watched my mom go from being totally healthy to just perishing within 5 months.
Wow.
Yeah, she was diagnosed with stage 3 ovarian cancer, and it took her very quickly. She did everything that she could, but it was to no avail. And what I thought about in her transition was, and she would say it all the time, it's not how you die, but how you live that counts. And it's so important. And I just thought the best way that I can have an impact on my daughter is to just show her how to be resilient and how to be able to touch down anywhere and start over. And I think that's what Hurricane Katrina kind of embedded in all of our, you know, the DNA of our social skill set. You know, we can go anywhere, and the mess in our blessing is we don't have to lie to kick it. We don't have to fake it to make it. You know, we lost everything. You know, we don't have no baby pictures. You know, FEMA money ran out. You know, all of that. So you know we're here because of a undeniable hustle that is, you know, woven in the fabric of who we are as New Orleanians. And no matter where I take my daughter or take myself, I just think it's important to just let people know that. You know, it's truly so liberating to be yourself unapologetically.
Yes.
And as long as you're respecting everybody around you. You know, I think it's so freeing just to bloom on purpose.
Yes, I saw that on your website, to bloom. That's amazing.
Yeah, that's my little hashtag. Bloom. Just bloom on purpose. Yes. Yeah, because I feel like, think about it, when you get a compliment or something, you know, and it's like, oh my God, your hair is so beautiful. Oh, nothing. I didn't really do anything.
No, thank you very much. I did it myself.
Right, and you didn't. You did it on purpose.
Yeah.
I put that flower in strategically so that you can see it on certain angles. So I think I don't think it's an accident, all the preparation that goes into us being amazing on a daily basis. So that's my mantra.
And I also, even a lot of the challenges that we go through, maybe every challenge, and I believe it's to make us into who we are. It's a process, but it's left to you how you use that challenge. You can either say, you know what, this is not working, I'm just going to give up, I'm just and quit, or whatever. You can say, you know what, yeah, this happened to me. I got divorced, so I was a single parent. I mean, it happened to me too. I lost my home. I was homeless, but I'm going to move on. I'm going to not stay in that place.
There you go. Absolutely.
So
and you I love my ex. I think he's great. I think he's going to be a great husband for someone else. And until that happens, he's a great guy for himself and for our daughter. That's another thing too, to take the animosity from it. I know. Oh. Excuse me, it's fancy water break. It just floats to your hand. I can't even. It's so awful. This is so fancy. So fancy. Oh, here comes her refill.
Yes, guys, we're just refilling our
water.
Oh, water. Fancy water.
So fancy.
I did have wine, but then my daughter.
Why did we bring that?
I left it at home, but then I don't know if I get wine on here, I will be like, really. My daughter will be like, Mom, get off the TV, Mom.
Bring the daughter with the wine.
I need the fancy water. Thank you.
Those are so pretty.
What were we talking about? Oh, your
wine should have been in these glasses.
The wine, yeah.
But it's okay.
You're talking about your ex-husband and forgiving
just watching again. Death truly makes you reflect on life.
Yeah.
And watching, going through so much and in one period of my life, losing my mom and then losing a relationship. If you truly, I could not truly love my daughter if I didn't truly love who I made that person with.
Yeah.
And her father is a great man. I mean, it says a lot about, we can't talk crazy because it's who I was with. And he helped me learn a lot about myself. It's the only man that I've ever lived with my whole life. And he helped evolve my business mind. He's a business management major. He's very smart, and I see so much of my daughter in him, and and it's like,
that's amazing.
Just let's get to the other side.
Exactly.
My mother and my father were married for about 15 years, and now my father has another amazing wife. But what helped me put the points together, connect the dots as a growing young Black girl, and watching the dynamics of that relationship is the level of respect they still have for each other. And that my dad genuinely loves my mom, and his wife knows it, and she respected it. And my mother, asked about her kids from her previous marriage, just how back in the days, how grown people dealt with the other side of divorce.
Yeah,
because all kids really deserve to see is the fact that we can still coexist. We don't have to lay in the same bed together. As long as we can get along in the same house together when we co-parent for the child. And that's what my daughter's father gives me, and I absolutely love him for that. She's 6 now, so she's at the age where she can get on the plane by herself. So, mommy's at the gate, and mommy drops her off, and daddy's at the gate to pick her up because he's back in Houston. And he respects the fact that I left because I didn't choose to be in Houston. Houston chose me when I evacuated, and he was my family there. And after that relationship ended, I said, I don't know if I want to start my life here. Her father's life is here, which is great. His mother's still alive, his father, they're there. It's beautiful. But I don't know if I wanted that to be my story.
Why did you pick Fayetteville, though?
I picked Fayetteville because my mother's best friend
Oh, okay.
And I have spent several summers in Fayetteville when I was growing up. By my niece's age, she was here. I came here when I was about 8. I visited again because my aunt has kids, and I would come to visit, and so it just felt real. And full disclosure, when my mother divorced my father, my aunt suggested her to come out and be a pharmacist in Fayetteville and kind of start over, and she declined. She wanted to stay in New Orleans, but I said, how the next generation, who would have thought? And I love it here. Now, Mayor is from New Orleans.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Ed Johnson is from New Orleans.
I'm actually, that's a good friend of mine. He actually did my show. He's been here a couple of times because before COVID, we had this big event planned. And shout out to you, Mayor. And
his wife has king cake.
Oh,
Miss Vanessa.
Okay. I have not met his wife. Hopefully, I'll get to meet him once this COVID stuff is, coming down. Yeah, but I just commend you though that because that's an encouragement even to our viewers that even sometimes when relationship ends, sometimes we can really go berserk. We can, sometimes the children are the one that get caught in the midst. So if we can learn, okay, this relationship and it's not the end of the world. You lose there are things that we lose that we have to start even responding, more grown up. Because we really, don't want to hurt our kids. But let's keep on going because time is running when you're having fun. I'm gonna go to question number 4. You have provided here accessories to celebrities like Simone. I don't want to mispronounce the name. Is it Biles?
Simone Biles.
Celebrity stylist. Is that Taiwan Wilcox? And child actress, and also Maxine Shore. From Livingston, I love that show.
Erica Alexander.
Oh, I call her. Yeah, her name is Erica.
But she's definitely Maxine Shaw at law.
Because I'm like, oh Lord, I'm calling Maxine Shaw Erica Alexander. I hope you're watching, Erica.
Yes, I'm sharing this on my page. I hope all my friends are watching.
Yes. So, tell us that experience though to be able to and I know just all of us are celebrities in God's eyes, but sometimes we have to give people their jacket. They work for it and stuff like that. What was it like when someone called you, or how did you get them to see your stuff and
each story is different. No different than how you score your guests. Each touch point, like we were saying. Is different with everyone you come in contact with, and I make each Thai flower from hand. I touch each one, and I'm gonna tell you, the sparkle in someone's eyes when they put it on, it is just as bright as a Simone Biles, who's the most decorated athlete. Yes. I don't know if you know that she's the most decorated, and she's Black Girl Magic. Yes. It's just as beautiful, if I can get Simone to put it on as when I can get my niece to put it on.
Yes.
I love when she thinks to wear my flowers. Are you like, I put it on, but I love your show. I love watching your show. I'm gonna watch the show to see if you put it on. You just, and that magnitude of honor and humility is at the exact frequency with every person that I meet.
That's good. Yeah.
And it doesn't matter what they do for a living or what dream of theirs has materialized that they get to do in front of their friends. Simone, actually, I drove school buses in Katy, Texas, and Simone Biles would train in Spring, Texas. And Spring, Texas is to Katy, Texas, what Peachtree City is to Fayetteville.
Oh, okay.
So as a school bus driver, I saw and I knew where she trained. And that story is just so organic. It truly is. And I literally just pulled up to her training facility. And I was like, hi, my name's Thias. I'm a school bus driver. Her mom was there because it was always, with a family member to train. I was like, I saw you on some local news shows. I think what you're doing is great. I have a new design called American Girl, which was red, white, and blue. I said, and you may go to, you may really go pro one day. Like, how cool would it be? Like, you're already an American girl. And she's like, oh, thank you so much.
Oh, wow.
She was so sweet. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And I think maybe, I don't know, like a month or 2 months later, she got picked up, or she went to try out for the Olympics, and the rest is history.
Wow.
So I like to say I was the very first one to give her something to wear. And she wore it, and she still kept the design, and she wore it a few times after that. I don't know if she's wearing it now, but I mean, she put it in once, and for me that was enough. And I'm just so proud of her, because she was so easy and so approachable then. And you know, I just knew I was looking at a star. And then she did the Tide commercial, and then
yeah, and that's why it's very important to not, dismiss people, because some people would think like, well, she doesn't have a name for herself yet, or so we're not gonna buy her design, or say my dress might be like $500. They would go somewhere else and buy one of the brand names instead of like, well, who is she that? We have to be very careful, because even in the Bible it says that the stone the builder refused becomes a chief cornerstone. So
absolutely,
I like what you said, like that you treat everybody with the same level of respect, because you just never know who you're gonna meet. So that's pretty amazing. So let's move on. Like, who inspires you and why? Because this is like a lot of inspiration.
I've always loved. I don't wear jewelry. I have keloid skin.
Oh, okay.
If I put earrings in, I'll get the keloid in my ear. So I don't wear jewelry. I've never worn. The only ring I had to wear was the ring that Isla's dad gave me, and the one the next man I gave me. Okay, what a fancy water. I'm gonna bring my fancy water for that one. That was a put a ring on it. So I don't wear jewelry, and so. In New Orleans, I was a writer and a columnist, and when I would show up to report stories and things like that, I'd just be like, I'll be the girl with the flower in her hair. And I would love buying them and finding them, and then I wanted to get a little creative, and throughout Hurricane Katrina afterwards, just being in a different city, I said I would just make one or two, and it just became something that I did.
Yeah,
I was always, I love them. But before flowers, I started my first .com when I was 18. It was called Enticing Objects, and I would sell, and I still do, just the cutest little things for the house, and my canvas, and pillows and coffee mugs. But it was something about the flowers. It was something that you can bring outside the house, and it was something that stayed with me all day. And it was I just liked them. I just like them.
Beautiful too. They're
Thank
beautiful.
You.
That's I like mine too. So yeah, they're showing some of the mugs. These are pretty too.
Thank you.
I kept thinking your last name was Flowers. It was until after I was like, wait, no. That so that's pretty cool, because it actually just feel like this was your last name.
No, my last name is Mills, but that is my actual name, Thias.
Yeah. Wow.
Thanks,
well,
Mom.
these are amazing, and I mean, even like we talk about the paintings, and then do you do classes as well? Do you teach?
I do not teach. Due to COVID, I've done a few little paint parties. I have a 6-year-old daughter who's cooked up at the house, and I have my garage, which is my paint studio, and so sometimes her little girlfriends will come by, and we'll paint flowers together. And then I've had moms to call and say, can they do something for their kid? So I don't know if I do paint parties or if paint parties do me. I don't know, but it's super fun, and it's something I can do with my daughter. And I know that moms are looking for a sense of release for their kids. And these kids have lost I think just with virtual learning and not being able to go to school, even at full steam, that they're losing, some of the threads of their social skill set, just engaging. So if I get about, no more than 7 kids, I think it's great to see them come together and talk and play.
That's nice.
And the moms, it's just New Orleans.
New Orleans style. That's pretty good.
We just playing on the porch.
Yeah, I think that's why I feel like even when I heard about New Orleans and I haven't been there, it felt like, and I heard about the food and even trying to get the food in some places, which we know is not the same. It felt like the islands. Talking about the front porch, we knew everybody, the neighbors.
Yes.
If you do something wrong, the neighbors had authority to whoop you, so you
yeah.
did not mess with,
Absolutely.
And I was like, is that kind of like what it is? Because I felt like it was like the islands from everything I heard about it.
Absolutely. And you don't meet a stranger. And we are, it's a river town, so you're used to engaging people that are traveling from all over, and it's just a big old pot of gumbo.
Wow. Well, we're gonna, before we take a break, I have another question for you, which is like, what should every woman know, like, before starting a business? And I know there may not be that starting a business, but we, focusing on,
forget those guys.
Yeah, the guys,
Yeah.
We'll come to you guys later. We'll bring something else.
We may save you some fancy water.
We may.
Her husband's like, what?
They can get their own fancy water.
That's right.
Well, we had something they call it back home. I think we used to call it goat water. Maybe they can get some.
Yeah.
That's like a whole nother story.
Another story.
So if you want to like tell women, like, what is some of the things that they should know before they start a business, or any encouragement, maybe someone that's, and I know we're going to talk about the hurricane after that, Katrina, because I know that will be very empowering, because, some people go for stuff and they're like, what, I can't make it. But, some women out there that's like, okay, I want to start a business, or, what kind of encouragement would you give them, or words of advice?
I would tell them that it's okay not to know. I think, and I suffer with this. I'm talking to myself, and you too. But it's okay not to know. We, especially Black women, we are so many to so many people.
Yeah.
We are the ones that get people together. We, from the plantation to fast forward to our husbands, to our kids, we make sure everything is pristine and nice and done correctly. Once you leave a house like this, once you do that, once you get to that,
make the bag.
Right. And so when it comes time for us to take something that we love, so now, okay, so we love to do it, and so now it's time to make a little money from it. This is what I like to do. How do you not be hard on yourself? And no different than how we are with our kids, or with the people that we love. We chastise them to be more proficient in their skill. We were taught that we have to be twice as smarter, work 3 times harder. And we take that into our psyche as we position ourselves to be new business owners. And I think that's the worst thing to do. And I think when you look at other races and other genders, just men, even Black men, they just get started. They just get in there.
Yeah, they don't cry about
it. They don't cry about it. Mm-hmm. It is what it is. You're going to bump your head. You're going to fail. You're going to fall.
Yes.
No one's going to understand at first. Your family's not going to support you the way you thought they were. And all of it is okay.
Yes, exactly.
All of it is okay. Mm-hmm. Your biggest supporter, I always say, your biggest supporter is somebody on Facebook you never seen.
Yeah.
That's the story from everyone. And so that would be the best thing that I tell people, or anyone who's listening, and to myself. Just get started. And when you get started, if you build it, they will come. Yeah. And I do believe you should trust the process. Mm-hmm. I do believe you should trust yourself.
Yes.
And you should give yourself enough wiggle room to fail. Give yourself enough wiggle room to have your crying days.
Yeah.
Give yourself enough wiggle room to lose friends and to gain friends.
Yes.
Give yourself enough wiggle room to be in love, to lose love, to hope to find love again, all as you pursue your dreams.
Yes.
Because before you are a businesswoman, before you are a mother, before you are a wife, before you are sensual, before you are professional, you are you.
Yes, very. And so we have to quit being so hard on ourselves.
Yes.
So we are so hard on ourselves. even when a marriage feel like, okay, I wish I had done something different. I wish I could have done this. If you fail in a job, you're like, oh, if I had done this, or a lot of if the kids, you look at your kids, or maybe I wasn't a good mother, and I think we're just really hard on ourselves. But we need to learn that it's okay. Things happen. We're not the only one. And one thing I always say, that if you're gonna do it, if you have to do it afraid, do it. Do it afraid. You like me. Sometimes I always say, like, I say yes before I think about it. I'm like, oh man, what did I just say yes to? I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna figure it out. It's gonna work out. Mm-hmm. And people might think like, well, she's always charged. She's always empowered and stuff. I have issues too. I stress out about things as well, and I have failed as well. I have lost business. I've been homeless, but I'm not gonna give up because I know that God placed a dream in me. He placed a vision in me, and He's given me all this talent. It's not for me to take it to the grave because I can't use it in the grave. And the one thing I can do is like, okay, if I tried this and it didn't work, I'm like, okay, maybe there's something else. But what I find, even the thing that I believe that did not work, most times I can carry it into something else that I'm doing. So even sometimes you may say, you know what, I opened a bakery shop and it did not work. There might be something else that you might meet someone, you might do catering or something else. So it's always, when you fail, don't just say, you know what, this did not work and I'm just going to give everything up. It's truly, to me, it's not really a failure. It's just like, okay, this was for this time. You may need it later on, or you may need it to walk that path or walk through that journey in order to get, to the other place. And that way, we're going to take a break and get some more special water and be back. Commercial break.
Exactly, and that's the beauty of natural health, because you're not working on a specific disease as you do in the allopathic medicine, but you're actually working on a specific body, your body. That's the nutritional microscopy, and basically that is an observation of your body. Of course, they're just educational things and not diagnostic things like when you go to your doctor and do your tests, but there are helpful tools to help you to recognize when the body is off. I'm also going to be doing the foot detox therapy. It's a gentle therapy that helps to encourage relaxation in your body and stimulate your excretory channels to release some of these toxins.
Presenting exquisite, chic, classy red carpet and ready-to-wear custom design by award-winning international celebrity fashion designer Arlene Laguerre Lawrence, host of Imagine Me TV talk show. Fayetteville, Georgia. Hosting and special events. Fashion shows.
Rock with it, girl. Show them it, girl. With a bang bang. Bounce with it, girl. Dance with it, girl. Get with it, girl. With a bang bang.
Fashion and sewing classes.
And we are back. Thank you. I'm sorry, we had to get a little more of the water, and we really need a lot of the water. So that's why it took us so long. But thank you for hanging on, because I'm telling you, we're having such a good time there, and that is what I love, when women can come together and we can empower each other, we can encourage each other. That is what life, like they say it all the time. Life is too short. We really have to really think about that. Life, it is short, but when you have the opportunity to have, oh my goodness, special water and good friends, and oh my goodness, it's amazing.
I'm here for it.
Oh, wow. And then we're going to have some, is it Benny or whatever? Look, I'm even putting it all over me.
Did it get on my painting?
Oh yeah, we're going to show those beautiful paintings too. So, okay, so now let's go into let's see, Hurricane Katrina. So it's a devastation of a hurricane is extreme and can be life-changing. And I know that because I think I was a little girl when I experienced Hurricane David, and then it's almost like it followed me, and I moved a lot too, because I've lived in Florida, I lived in New Jersey, New York. Where did I live? Ohio, and now Georgia. And then when we went to Florida, I think it was that Andrew and some other Hugo or something, and our house got damaged and stuff. It was not as bad as, it was bad, but we did not get damaged as bad as some of the people that we knew. We had a friend, the house was just gone, so I know how devastating that can be. And when we were watching Katrina and stuff, I was like, oh my goodness. So give us some, what your experience was like, even going through that storm.
It's so interesting that I have this question, and my niece is here. When Hurricane Katrina happened, my niece was 3 months.
Oh wow!
Yeah, and so I always tell people that if it wasn't for my niece, I think my niece saved everyone's life, because she was so young, and my sister, who was a young mom, she was nervous, and she was like, "We're not gonna be swimming with no baby." So we got on the road. My mother was a pharmacist for the VA, and she stayed behind. She has always stayed behind for every storm.
Oh, wow.
So I led the caravan to drive to Houston. But it just again, it makes you feel as though you have to bring who you are and what you come from with you when you walk in the door, because you may not have a home to go back to.
Yeah, wow.
I was the most published African American female columnist in New Orleans. I was a media guest for Essence, and there was none of that to go back to. I had a really cool open mic, like really close to the French Quarters, and you just like, was I going to spend the rest of my life telling people what I used to do, or am I going to take the rest of my life and do what I need to do, which is just start over?
Yes.
Yeah. So I think a resolution comes. I think resolutions are built from resilience, and that was what Hurricane Katrina taught me. It taught me resilience.
Yeah.
And what doesn't kill you truly makes you stronger.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's empowering and encouraging, because a lot of times people believe that when they face major challenges, it's like it's the end of the world. And sometimes they have to stay in it for so long. Yes, go ahead and grieve. Go ahead and go through the process, but get up and start moving again. Like you said, okay, this was my life. This happened now. What do I do? And your life, you have your life in your hand. It's not like, well, someone else is. I know God is in control over all the universe, over all of us, but then you are the one that say, you know what, okay, I'm gonna get up and get off the bed today, or I'm just gonna stay in the bed, or this is what life served me. Like I say, they give you lemonade. What do? Say the lemon is sour and it's hot. No, you make lemonade. And I truly believe that if more people can take that mentality and said, you know what, yeah, it's true, things are hard, it's true, even if the COVID and everything. And again, my pastor said this morning, and I truly believe some people, yeah, as bad as the COVID is and people are dying and different people losing stuff, but I think some people actually are doing better than they've ever done. And it's how you look at things and take whatever life serves you and say, you know what, this is what I'm going to do with it. You can either continue having a pity party, and then you can have your pity party, but don't make it a 24-hour pity party. Just like, okay, like for me, like sometimes I get upset or something will stress me out, and I'll be like, okay, I will, cry about it. It's like, okay, you know what? No, half an hour, that is enough of my time. Let me put on some worship music. Let me figure out, let me do something else, or let me just not do something else. Sometimes I just go to my bed and go lay down. Like, you know what? I'm just going to not do anything, So it's really how you think about things, and you can just say, you know what, this happened to me and it wasn't my fault, and I'm just going to stay there and not do anything. Or I can say, you know what, okay, this happened to me. How can I use that experience to encourage somebody else? How can I use that experience? Like for me, my businessman is always going. And like, how can I make a business out of that? You just never know. So that's really good, that even losing everything, that you see, like, this is a chance to start over, and to, and even start over. There's some other things that that you could already do to bring it along with you. And that's very, very empowering. So and I think you kind of touched on that, to say, how was your life transformed after this devastation, and how were you able to push past through it? And even that, we know that some, even now in last week, there's been devastating hurricanes and stuff like that, or even other devastation that someone might be watching and don't know how to push past, whether it's a fire where they lose everything, or they got a divorce, or how can you encourage someone, to push past all that pain and all that devastation, or losing everything, and still having that beautiful smile, being able to sit here with me and drink this glorious fancy water.
My niece has it. Are you enjoying your water? She's enjoying.
Oh, she got her water. Oh, I gotta get me some of that water. Woo! I see my husband, baby, you got some fancy water too? Oh, yes.
Okay.
Ooh, we fancy people over here, boy. Yes, Lord. Yes.
After Hurricane Katrina, my dad came to the hotel that we were at. We were at the Holiday Inn, and in the media industry, it's all about things. It's about things and who you can interview, what you can do, and when you lose that jugular, that connection point, you're like, well, what have I been doing with the last bit of I was in school. I was at Southern down there. I was a second semester junior. I was still in school. I was just, I was 25. And so I didn't have anything sitting with me on the bench. And my dad, he stood up from the bench and told me, everything, you have everything you need. Everything you need to succeed is on the bench with you. I was the only one on the bench.
Oh, wow.
No business, and this, that was like, cell phones wasn't really cell phones. And so you had all your business cards from everybody you met. all that was gone. So
Wow.
how are they gonna? How did they know I was there? How did I know they were there? So everything that was normal to me was gone, and I was in a brand new city where people thought one way of us on TV because they made us look one way on TV. And like my mother was a pharmacist. We lived in a great neighborhood. We had great neighbors. We were not looting. We wanted to go back to our home. I loved my life there, and I love watching documentaries. I've always loved documentaries of people before me who've done amazing things, like Coco Chanel and Albert Einstein and Martin Luther King and John Lewis and just so many amazing people. Ruth Bader, may she rest. And I just knew that there was more. There was more. I was just 25. And I stayed in Houston, and it was the best choice I could have made. And my mom told me, you could always come back home. Go and see what you can do. And when I went to Georgia, I thought about that, and I just keep going. You have to keep going.
Yes.
As you trust the process.
To trust the process, keep going, and sometimes you may have to drag going, but keep on going.
And like Michelle Obama said, I loved her documentary with Becoming. Dare to be vulnerable. Again, as Black females, we have to be perfect all the time. We have to be. It's okay to say, I'm having a bad day. It's okay to say, I really thought I would make $500 this week. I only made $125.
I made nothing.
Right. Like your self-worth, can sometimes it's in the dirt. And that's okay.
It's okay.
It's okay to not be okay as you trust the process and keep going.
And stop putting so much pressure on yourself.
Yes.
It's not worth it.
Relax.
It really is not worth it. It's just relax. And there's some days that you have, I know there's some days I have some food that I really like. And my husband can tell there's some days I like, oh, do I have to eat this? I really don't like this. But I'm like, okay, that's what I have. That's what I'm gonna eat. Or it might be late at night, or I don't want to drive to go get it, so I'm like, okay. But again, you have to trust the process. You have to say it's okay to not be okay. Then you have to take it one day at a time, and don't sometimes we put so much pressure on ourselves, like you said, to be perfect, to pretend. I remember this when I had my store in Tucker, and this one lady, I'll never forget it, because she came to the store and she was all dressed, and I think she was a vendor as well. And she was like, she told me that I need to go, I need to look the part and play the part, that I should go buy some red bottoms. And she said I could buy it and go to this party and then return it. I'm like, number one, why would I go buy a pair of shoes and use it intentionally and return it? She's like, well, wherever you go, you have to play the part. You have to look the part. I'm like, no, if I don't have a, $2,500 pair of shoes, I'm gonna get me a $60 pair of shoes. I'm gonna paint the bottom, my red bottoms. So you know what? But to tell someone that's do this just so you can fit in, have the expensive bags and stuff. No, this is who I am. This is what I have, and that's how I'm gonna show up. Show up as me, the best me, not pretend.
And I mean, as I sit here and I'm looking at your beautiful designs, I think to myself, I don't see red bottoms here, and this is not the place for red bottoms, so why would you wear red bottoms? Yeah. When I think of you, I think about amazing international designs and fashion experiences. And so you embody that.
Thank you.
Like what you have on right now, you look beautiful.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you. With this flower, and if you
guys
guys
just
know
what she was wearing. I know
it was perfect.
What she was wearing.
And it just went perfect. This is a flower that she gifted to me, and she's gonna give you all the information how you can get it. It is really beautiful, and I'm gonna wear it. So if you're just tuning in, I'm talking to Ty Mills, and I don't want to mispronounce the name, so I call her Ty. Is it Thias?
I'll tell you the funniest story about it, but it's Thias.
Thias. It sounds New Orleans-ish.
It is Greek.
Greek. Oh.
She was the mistress of the great Alexander.
Oh. Okay.
Her sexual prowess was so strong. Mm-hmm. When she met, he was bisexual, but she turned him straight.
Oh wow.
She was a bad mama Jim.
She was. I had to go research on it. Wow. Wow.
Yeah, she was badass.
Wow. With that, we got to go to the next question.
She was definitely drinking her fancy water.
Yeah. She maybe had a lot of that
Your
water.
husband
Maybe
is cracking up over there. He is cracking up.
He's like, okay, don't bring that out in my wife because you know how crazy his wife can be.
Oh, he know why he married you. He know you are the stuff.
Yeah, he have to tell you that story. He has an amazing story.
Oh,
yeah,
her husband is amazing.
But he's more but
he's so nice.
Yeah, he is.
It's such a beautiful vibe here, guys.
Thank you. I am blessed. Like I am blessed, and you know, that's why sometimes I say that people you go through challenges in life and you feel like it's the end of the world. Because and I will tell you honestly, like when I got divorced, because I was married for 23 years, I was like, you know, I never really imagined that my life would get better because all I saw was just the bad part, and I had to pull myself out of it. I'm like, you know what, this is this person is out there enjoying himself, doing whatever, and there I am, you know, living my life, living, and I'm like, no, you know. And sometimes we have to speak to ourselves because even like people might talk to you, you might not even get. You have to sometimes speak to yourself. So I'm really thankful to God for you know blessing me and my husband. I'm thankful to him that he's really, really worked with me because knowing if you know his background and you know even just putting him out there, it's like that's a huge step for him. Being on camera and all this stuff.
But he has a sweet shyness to him. Yeah, he's so sweet.
Oh, look at him over there blushing.
He is blushing. I'm so over it. Oh. But I love that though. I love that. I can still feel the honeymoon vibes with you guys. Well, they have like when we go to break, they do little flirty eyes. I don't know what they're gonna do when we leave.
You're not supposed to put out our business.
They are super cute over there.
Now you see, we should not give her that water. I think
they had a little water before I got here. Okay.
I won't tell you that story.
I am here for it.
This is Christian TV today, so
hallelujah.
Oh my goodness, this is fun. This is what life is supposed to be about. You know, just have fun, just be free. And you know, I always say, Les Brown, I always quote him like, your dream is possible. If God can do it for me. And I truly believe that when God helps us and we become or we go through some challenges, it's not just for us. We have to share with other people because you never know what someone else is going through that may need that encouragement, that may need that support. So that's one of my motto that, you know, to whom much is given, much is required, you know. So even as you give, you know, and babe, I don't have my time, so you'd have to tell us the time. Talk to us about, you know, I know you were involved in television or the media setting. Tell us a little bit about that, and hopefully we're hoping that one day you have your own show too. I know you do really well having your own show, and that's one of the things I'm like, well, you know, this is a studio that's we have the network,
nice
so
it is so nice here. I love it. I love it here. Yes, I do. I write for the Citizen. I have a column here called "Gotta Love Fayetteville," which, you know, I wrote in Texas. I just love to contribute to the culture of the community when I when I come to a different town. With Thai Flowers doing so well and connecting with so many amazing people, I do just want to focus on just building my inventory. You know, I do each one. So, you know,
so each one is like hand painted, and there's no two that's like everyone. Wow.
So that's from a collection. So even though I've given them, you know, or they've been purchased, or, you know, there's several art buyers with them, you know, you guys all stand together, none of them are the same.
That's amazing.
And so it's amazing, but it's really, now that it's grown, people always say, what are you going to do if you wake up with this many orders? I'm like, that's the problem that I want. But it's still, it's humbling. So I get up every day like no one wears them. And I get excited as I get my day started like the world is wearing them. And then I start the next day like no one's wearing them, and I go every day. But I'm in my studio at least 10 to 12 hours a day. Oh, wow. Just keeping up with my inventory, and, you know, from online orders to to local, yeah. And then I was something that me and my mom did together, Avon. So I'm third in sales here at Fayetteville with Avon. So I love to say, but I'm in a wine club, and so me and my friend, we get on and we do review our wine baskets, and we go live sometimes, just as a way, because it never leaves you, just wanting to talk and engage. But I really just want to focus on my art.
Okay, and with that, let's show a piece of the art real quick, because we are out of time. It's already after 9. I thought it was like 8:30.
No one told us.
Yes, we didn't have more time. Sorry, guys. Oh, and this is so. Tell us about this piece of art.
This is how am I guess I'll just go over it.
Like, yes, yeah, we can see it.
This with the fancy water.
Let me hold the fancy water.
My fancy.
Yes.
Now you're double fancy.
Yes, enough. Yeah.
This is. It does not have a name. It doesn't have a name. And it's so interesting because it's not signed, because people like to turn my pieces different ways, because when you turn them different ways, you see different things.
Different designs. Okay.
So this is one of my pieces. Every flower is actually inspired by a canvas that I've done.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So there you go. So I actually do canvas. I've been commissioned to paint for several houses, and the flowers was actually just a passion project. Just kind of took a little life of its own. But
so then you really were doing the canvas and then the flowers.
Yeah, yeah. I've been painting since I was about 14 years old. The flowers are about 4 years old.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but
we can leave the flower. We can leave it here too, baby. Here's your fancy water.
Yes.
Wow. So we're about to close up. So just for people that are listening, tell them how they can purchase your flowers and your paintings, or any word of encouragement you want to give. You have to come back, or maybe just have your own show. Because
I would love to come back and hang out with you whenever the fancy water is pouring.
Yeah. Oh,
and this gives me a chance to get out the house. Honestly, it really does. It gives me a chance to get out the house. I feel like a chocolate Rapunzel. I'm just stuck in the house.
Drinking fancy water.
Yeah, I said, my flowers get to go cool places. I'm stuck in my garage.
Wow.
So this gave me a chance to actually get dressed and come hang out with you, because you're fabulous every week.
Thank you.
You're absolutely fabulous every week. And I love to come back and hang out. And I thank you so much for having me. And thank you so much for having the city of Fayetteville embrace you the way you have. I came here and I found you here. You were doing your thing, and I'm just happy that you noticed this little bus driver / painter / writer.
You noticed me too. We notice each other. I tell everybody that God really wanted us in Fayetteville, because my husband can tell you, I kicked and screamed, trying to get out of here, because I came up from up north, Roswell, Sandy Spring, and I'm like, this is too slow for me. I can't deal with it. I need to get back.
Do you think that though?
Well, now it's much better. That was like 2017. We did 16 and 17. I did every, and no doors were opening to go back. And then when I just say, you know what, God, that's where you want me, I'm just gonna stay. And then everything started, changing.
Yeah.
And I love Fayetteville now. I really love it. And like I said, when I met with the mayor, we had some post COVID, because we actually were planning Fayetteville Fashion Week. And I met with the mayor, and he'd love stuff like that. And the president of the Chamber of Commerce, and they all came to the boutique, and we had this huge plan, which I know we're gonna do it next year. And just other events that the mayor and I, we were also talking about having a group for young entrepreneurs to empower them. And then when COVID hit, but we're gonna go back to all of this. So I love Fayetteville now. It's our home. It's our home now. So I'm really, really happy about it, and we're glad to be there. So, but I will let you give a little closing remark. But also, I just wanted to remind our viewers, next week, make sure you come on, because Dr. Chanel Maz we're going to be talking about sex trafficking. She's really I'm doing a lot of work over there in Atlanta, and you may find ways that you might be able to help. And I know one of the things she was saying when I was in one of her conference calls, she was like, if you see something, say something. So definitely, I want everybody to be able to come back next week and hear her talk. And we have some amazing programs. We're going to have a live gospel concert with live bands and stuff. Just some amazing things coming up. So make sure you guys continue to support. And also, if you're looking for a way to advertise your business, give us a call. We are now taking here. See, my husband, he's just right on the money, man. Woo! See, so you can advertise with us. And if you are thinking of having a show like this, we have that platform. So we have the network, which is 24 hours, and Sunday night is already taken. So if you want to have your show Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, whatever day it is, we are open for business. You can have your own show. And once you have a story that you can tell, trust me, you can have a show. It's much easier than you think. We can train you. We can help you. So just let us know. And, we're here to support each other. So in closing, your glasses they're fabulous. Everything just come together. Wow. They're kindred spirits. Whew.
Girls with glasses.
Good. Yes. Girls. And there's some ones. I did try to get some of these fancy ones, but then when I put them on, I couldn't see. I was like, never mind. This is not going to work. I got the tiger print and some
I am
blue
convinced it is not water in that glass. Somebody let me know. They gave me water. I did not think she had water. Okay.
Oh my goodness. This is love. You gotta have fun. Yeah.
I had a really good time.
Yeah, I really had a good time. I really enjoyed it. So, and that's what we do here. So guys, if you want to come by and see us, we take people one at a time. We follow the rules as well. And that's I took a COVID test yesterday.
Okay.
Was it yesterday?
Can we toast it?
Friday. Yes, and I got the results. And it's negative. I know it was, but I just wanted to take it.
You probably should have talked about that before.
No, I just wanted to take it because I was like, okay, I took a COVID test.
You've been hanging out for about an hour.
But I didn't know how people were going to take this thing and put it in my nose.
They go all the way up.
I was like, oh.
Yeah, they stick it deep in.
Yes, I was like, never mind. No more COVID tests to me.
It was.
Yeah, crazy. So it was crazy though.
Oh yeah.
And then I got
it has to happen so you can feel comfortable.
Yes, I was like, now I'm safe, because our anniversary is in a couple weeks, and hopefully we can take a little trip, and wherever we go, we'll shoot the show from there. So, but guys, it was really great. It was really great. And for all our wonderful guests, let me see. We do have a Facebook Live. Let's see if anybody has a question or good programming. Thank you. I'm going to give a shout out to Francilia. This is my cousin, to Hilda Coffee, Sister Kathy Winston, Hadley Lawrence. How comes you there and you over there? Kyle Alexander. This is one of my students, like many years ago in Florida. Hey, Kyle, how you doing? It's amazing when you see, kids that you've worked with, following them,
working with other kids and doing amazing things.
And that's what I want to do for our anniversary. I have some of the young people that we've worked with, so I want to bring them on the show. And a lot of them are shy, so they haven't responded to me. They're like, you want us to do what? So hopefully I get 4 of them that we could come to. But anyway, guys, thank you very much. And if you're just tuning in or you did not hear it, now you know, it's in the word, I'm sorry. But you're listening to the Imagine Me TV show, Real Life, Real Issues. And my guest today was the fabulous Ty Mills. It was a pleasure.
Thank you
so thank you very much. And you guys, we will see you next Sunday. God bless you and have a really, really great, is it a week? Oh, Lord, I need some rest.
Everything's running together with COVID. Have a good few days coming up.
Just have a whatever.
Yeah.
It'll be okay.
Change your pajamas.
Trust the process.
Change your pajamas.
Don't quit.
Put pants on when you Zoom.
Yes. I'm not going to talk about that. Let's go. We're going to go out.
We got to go.
Bye. Love you guys.